welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around. Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Back here where we need ya. Back here where we need ya. Yeah, we tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. 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 We always could spot red. Welcome back. And I smile when I think I must be. And I know what scene you were learning. Was there something that made you come back again? And then what could ever lead you? What could ever lead you? Back here where we need you. Back here where we need you. Yeah, we tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Well, good morning, everyone. It is so good to welcome you to the 2023-2024 school year. This is the weekly roundup for Grace Christian Schools. And I am your host, Sheriff P. I come to you every single week on Wednesday, and I tell you about all the amazing things that are taking place here at this amazing God-driven school that we call Grace Christian School, or GCS. Michelle is with us today, and she says, excited when I got the notification. I've missed the weekly roundups. You know what, Michelle? I missed doing the weekly roundups too. I would come in my office and just talk in a mirror, and Christy and everyone thought I was going crazy. Mrs. O'Rugo, okay, it'll be school year soon enough. Rachel, good morning. Good to see you. Thank you so much for tuning in. We have a large number of people already. We're up to 37 people tuning in. Like I was saying, I'm your host, Sheriff P. I come to you every single week, and today's weekly roundup is going to be a little bit different. A lot of times you'll see images as I go through and I visit with you on all the different things that are happening. This has been an extremely busy summer, and I hope all of you have enjoyed the summer, had an opportunity to get a little bit of break. Let's see here. Amanda, good morning. Dr. P, good to see you. Tammy, good morning. Great to see you. Boy, we're getting a lot of our regulars tuning in, and we're already up to 50 people tuning into the weekly roundup. You know, today I have a whole bunch of information for you, so get your cowboy brew or get yourself a bevy, a water, and sit back. Maybe you might need a notepad or your device to put down some dates. But like I was saying, this has been a great summer. There's been a lot going on here at GCS. We had Camp Oasis. It was extremely exciting. We had record number of campers doing all kinds of fun things this year. The staff had a great time. I know, talking to a lot of our students, they just had a wonderful time and wish it could keep going. But we need to get ready for the school year, and that starts next August 30th, which is next Wednesday. And starting out, you probably saw some pictures there I had of skate night. That was 2 nights ago, and it was widely successful. Good morning, Aaron. How are you? Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. It was huge. It was a big success, our skate night. There were a lot of new families, a lot of returning families, and even some old ones. And as you saw from the pictures, we had a great representation from staff. There were a lot of staff members there. What a great way to kick off the school year. Our teachers have been back this week. They've been going through a lot of meetings and getting ready. Our facility team all summer long was doing things. We put in new flooring in the preschool. We're finishing up resurfacing the entire playground and the front parking lot. You'll also notice that we put a road in alongside the 4th and 5th grade where that dirt used to be able to park on the grass. So that is going to be a lot easier for everyone. We've repainted all the curbs. We've restriped the parking lot. The awning is up in the preschool kindergarten lot. which is really neat. It's huge, so there's a lot of shade there, a lot of great things happening. Also, we rebuilt our website, gcsrr.org. If you haven't noticed, take a chance to go by there. It's being populated this entire week as the teachers and staff get in. They're putting all of the new material back in and replacing some of the old stuff, so a lot going on. Well, we have a lot starting tomorrow. Tomorrow is really when the parents and the students and everything start experiencing the 23-24 school year, and we kick off with junior high first look. So if you have a junior higher, you are coming here tomorrow at 9 a.m. and we're meeting in the Hall of Heroes. The Hall of Heroes is a great place. It's where we pay homage to all of our parents and loved ones and family members who have served in the military or are serving in the military, our police or law enforcement. We put them all up. We also have pictures of our elected officials. It's just a place that we can remember all those who selflessly give to protect us and keep our way of life going. So that's going to take place, junior high first look, tomorrow at 9 a.m. inside the Hall of Heroes, also known as the multipurpose room. We look forward to seeing all of our parents there, and you are going to have the opportunity to hear from all of our teachers in junior high. You're going to have the opportunity to hear from me, Mrs. Painter, about what to expect in junior high. This is taking the place of back to school night. And the reason we chose to do it this way is it allows you to hear all the information in a timely manner. In the old days, you were rushed. You got 6 minutes in this class, 6 minutes here, and as soon as you sat down and you started comprehending what the teacher was telling you, it was time to ring the bell and you were moving on to the next class. So this way you're going to be seated, we're going to rotate the teachers, and you're going to get to hear everything about what's going on. This is for junior high, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade only. At 10:30 then, our students are going to break out. They're going to get books and they're going to get their lockers assigned, and our PST is also going to be in the meeting. They're going to tell you a little about PST and what a difference they make on our campus. Now, that is for our junior high. Starting at 10 o'clock, we have TK and kindergarten orientation that will be taking place, and that takes place inside their classrooms. So if you go right to their classrooms, each of the classroom teachers will have 1 hour with you to be able to get you into back to school night. This takes the place of it. It's called orientation. What orientation and first look is, it's our opportunity for staff to share with you about what's going to happen over the school year. Unfortunately, this isn't a time where they can talk to you about individual lesson plans or things like that for your child in particular. Let the school year get going and then reach out to the classroom teachers by email, and they'll be more than happy to help you. The next thing I want to talk to you about is a point of it's something that's near and dear to all of our hearts, and that is Carline. This is going to be really important. If you're a new parent, Carline is the time that you drop your child off in the morning or you pick your child up after school. There are some rules that I'm going to review with you that we're really going to be sticklers towards this year. And the first one is you have to have a Carline pass starting day 2. Well, Sheriff P, why do you say day 2 and not day 1? Because day 2, you will have had those Carline passes because they're being sent home with all of our students on the first day of school. They're going to be handed out along with a whole bunch of other forms, and your child is going to bring that home, and you're going to need to display that Carline pass. It's a couple of things it does. It lets us know that you're supposed to be in Carline. Number 2, that you understand the rules of Carline. And number 3, your name is written there along with the class numbers, so it makes it a little bit easier for staff to identify what student you're in. This needs to follow the driver or the car that is coming through Carline. We give 2 to a lot of families because a lot of times 2 people are picking up kids. Let's see, we're up to 55 people already tuned in. We've got 2 thumbs up, so we've got a lot of people tuning in, so that's a great thing. So let's see, you know you need a Carline pass. I've been in conversation with Cypress Police Department, and they are going to be out extremely heavy on Wednesday and Thursday of this week with motor officers and everything. Speed limit on Myra in front of the school is 25 miles an hour. That's not fast. A lot of those e-bikes go faster than 25, and they will issue you a citation if you're speeding. If you're parked in front of a red zone, if you're parked in front of a fire hydrant, if you're blocking a driveway, those are all ticketed offenses. Our goal here is your child's safety. That's why we put so much effort into Carline. And I had a lot of parents reach out to me last year. They were just concerned that last year, I would say, was our most challenging year ever in Carline. And we couldn't really get a pulse of what was causing it. I had parents send me pictures even of parents that weren't following the rules and procedures. So we figured we'd hit it from the beginning and make a big effort to focus on it. School is out at 3 o'clock. That doesn't mean to get here at 2 o'clock for Carline. What you getting here extremely early, what it does is it creates unnecessary congestion, not only in our parking lot, but also on Myra and Denny. And we want to be good neighbors to all of the people that live around the school. And if we have cars all the way down Denny because you're here at 2:15 lined up and school doesn't let out till 3, that creates major headaches. You could be issued a citation if you're blocking a driveway or anything like that, or blocking traffic unnecessarily. So a pro tip is get here at 10 minutes after 3 and you should be able to move through Carline. The first couple days, week, I understand it takes some time to get used to Carline. If you have a child in transitional kindergarten through 3rd grade, you will be picking up your children as you pull in along the curb. If you have a child in 4th, 5th, 6th, or junior high, you're going to be picking it up your children closest to the street. That's going to be marked out there. Staff will be there directing you to be able to help. Another important factor is there are no conversations with teachers in Carline. This isn't the chance to ask the teacher about homework or about a missing assignment. Our goal as a staff is to make sure your child safely gets into the right vehicle and that you safely leave the campus. And anytime you mix pedestrians with cars, you have a potential for an accident. And I need all of you, every single one of you, paying 100% attention to the street that you're driving and your car. Number 2, there is no talking on your phone and on your cell phone in Carline. I don't care how important the call is. You can pull over. We have parking spots. You can park in the street and take the phone call. And you know, the funny thing is, if you're talking on your phone during Carline, we can hear you talking and everything because it vibrates out, or you have your phone in your hand, or you're texting. We need your 100% attention to the students at our school. Some of you are saying, boy, you're being unnecessarily over the top. No, safety isn't unnecessary. It's needed. We see every single day near misses or things like that, and we want to avoid that. If you're paying attention, that means you're going to get in and out of here quicker. The next thing is never get out of your car while you are in Carline. If you want to get out of your car, park on the street or park in a designated parking spot, and you can get out of your vehicle at that time. This way it keeps Carline flowing. Don't get out of your car to put stuff in the trunk. Pop the trunk and a staff member will do that for you. If you need to re-secure your child in a safety seat, pull into a parking spot and then you can get out and do that. That's extremely important because we've had parents step in front of cars that were moving through, or they signal to their child to come across Carline. Those are all recipes for an accident, and we really do not want to do that. Don't block driveways, I've mentioned. Be a good neighbor. Before and after school daycare, if you're picking your kid up after school or you're dropping them off in the morning, you need to park in a parking spot. The parking lot has been resurfaced, and there are brand new lines. We've had everything repainted so you can see the lines. And there's also areas that say no parking. It doesn't say, it's only me, I'm stopping here for 30 minutes or 30 seconds. I've got a quick thing. I've got a special exception. No parking. Don't park there. Do not park along the curb line. We want you to park in a spot. If we find that you have parked along the curb line and got out of your vehicle to pick up a child, we will give you one warning, and then we will pull your Carline pass that you have to park off of campus. And the reason for it is we have to provide safety for our kids. That's our number one goal here. Those of you who have been with GCS know that we really talk about safety all the time. And so as you pull up to pick up your child from daycare or drop off your child, if you're just dropping them off, that's fine. But if you're walking in with them, you need to park in a spot. If you're parking after school to come get them, park in a spot. Our preschool parents, they have to park in a spot because they have to sign in and sign out kids, where our elementary and junior high parents can pull up along the curb in the morning, let their children out, and they can go up and sign themselves into daycare. So that's something a little bit different. There's no parking at the curb. I'm reiterating that one more time. After school, for daycare, you can't park there. Park in a spot. Park someplace along. Good morning, John. Looking forward to the start of kindergarten. Oh yes, kindergarten is so fun. It's a great time. You know, they said kindergarten, you know, is where the garden grows, or where children grow. You are absolutely right. Kindergarten is wonderful. And don't get here early. I've talked to you before. Don't get here early. We always say 3:10 is the key. The later you get here, the less likely you are going to sit into Carline. So I've gone through a lot of rules right there. These apply to every single one of us that we need to watch. Never, ever, and I didn't think I would need to say this, but leave your vehicle running with keys in it. Even when it's hot out and air conditioning, don't leave your vehicle running. A child can jump in it in a second and we can have an accident. So I spent a great deal of time already on Carline, but that's how important it is. You're going to hear me talk about Carline again next week on the Weekly Roundup to remind you that safety is all of our jobs. So here's something else. At skate night, I was talking to a dad who's an engineer. I know we have lots of moms and dads out there who are engineers who watch this show and send your kids here. And he goes, we've got to figure out a way with Carline, because I was talking about the new road. If you're an engineer and your mind works that way about Carline and everything, and you can think of a great idea that would improve Carline, please let me know. Call Mrs. O'Rue and tell her about it. Send us an email and we'll happily check into it. Let's see what Aaron says. What if we have home arrangement and can we get additional Carline passes? Absolutely. Oh, good. Thank you very much. Mrs. O'Rue answered that before I even did, but in case any of you have the question, what if you have a special arrangement or you have a two-home arrangement? Absolutely. We've got Carline passes gazoo, and we can help you out. Mrs. O'Rue answered that, and as you see, I have helpers on standby who can answer your questions if you put them in the chat right there, that we're here for you. Here's another pro tip for you. If I were you, and I'm new to the school, or even if you're old, pull out your phone, your mobile device, and go to the calendar and do a yearly calendar input Mondays between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m., no parking, street sweeping in front of GCS. That is the revenue enhancement opportunity for the city of Cypress. They do come through here, I would say, out of 52 days in the 52 weeks in the year, I would say 50 weeks in the year they come through and they do write tickets. We need solar covered parking in the front lot. Good for rainy days. Oh, I would love that. And the funny thing that you put that, Monica, I've heard some of the districts are running into huge issues with their parking lots and the solar. But I think that would be a great idea if we have some parents that want to sponsor that and pay for that. That would be great. It's a huge outlay of capital with NEEM 3.0 that was replacing NEEM 2.0. That's net energy metering. It has not been as cost effective for anybody installing those solar parking covers after April 15th of this last year. I know this is the weekly roundup, we're not talking about solar, but SCE and the Public Utilities Commission of California completely changed it, where before they would give you a good rate on return solar. Now they're only paying you like 4 cents per kilowatt hour for your solar, and their primary issue is now they want you to do battery backups. And for a school, that would almost be, in a normal home, you're talking 2 to 3 batteries. It would be cost prohibitive for us if we didn't have some kind of big funding. I know some of the public schools have gotten a lot of state and federal grants, but we're not opposed to it at all. If one of you know of a grant or something that we can apply for to get that covered parking with solar, I would love it. It would help offset our solar bill, our energy bill, and it would also allow for the kids to stay out of the rain. So that's a great idea, and we'll continue to look at it. I know we looked a little bit a while back, and it just wasn't cost effective with the size of our lot and where everything was. But great idea. Also, day one, August 30th in the morning, we will have coffee and donuts for all of you. It will be on the playground, and this is a great opportunity to come have a donut, have a cup of coffee, and visit with your friends who you haven't seen all summer. Visit with some of our new families who are here. Everybody loves the opportunity to fellowship and talk and share ideas. So that first day of school in the morning, we are going to have coffee and donuts. Then, for our students, starting at lunchtime, right about 11 o'clock or so, we are going to have hippie ice. Yes, I said hippie. Hippie ice. It's a fun, flowers and everything like that, and it's kind of like Kona ice. It's just, this is how their trucks are decorated. So we are going to be giving each of the kids an icy at lunchtime. There's no QR code that you have to go or do anything. This is something the school's doing for each of our kids. For all of our teachers, they're going to have the opportunity to get a lemonade or a coffee. And I know that we do need some parent volunteers to help that day, and you would also get a free drink. If you're willing to help with the hippie ice distribution that morning, or it's not that morning, it'll go from 11 until right after lunch, so all the kids get through. Reach out to Mrs. O'Rue, K-O-Rue at gcsrr.org, or you can call the phone after this broadcast at 714-761-5200, and they can help you out there. Let's see here. Tons of paperwork. I want you to start doing this. Do this. If you're left-handed, do it this way. If you're right-handed, do it this way. Start doing your finger exercises, wrist exercises, because on Wednesday, when your children get home, go to their backpacks. We have a ton of forms for you. Yes, a lot of forms have been put electronic, but we still have some that need to be signed by you and returned to school. So get on those on Wednesday night. Also, if you're a new family here, there are forms there that you are going to need to fill out, like the new student handbook. You wouldn't have had a copy of that. Sign the last page, the insert, return that, and you can keep the handbook. Let's see here. Where am I? Okay. Next is ways to communicate. If you're new to the school, or if you've been around a long time, you just forgot, we have tons of ways to communicate with us. Let's see, how many people are we? So I'm communicating right now with 57 parents from our school, maybe 57 students. I'm not sure who's always watching, but when I go to events, sometimes grandparents tell me they're watching the show, or neighbors or aunts and uncles. So we have a wide audience, and it's always on our YouTube channel. Debbie! Good to see you late to the party, but good morning. Thank you for tuning in. So let's see here. Ways to communicate. How do we get the information to you as a parent or a loved one so that you know what's going on here at GCS? Well, here's number one. We have the weekly roundup. This show takes place every single Wednesday. We also have emergency editions. If there's like a disaster taking place or something of that nature, we come on right away. And because we have over 1,000 subscribers, we're able to go on through our mobile app also, and that was something great. So if you're not a subscriber to the channel, I'm going to ask you to do that right now. Please go and subscribe to the channel. And that's important because it lets you know when we go live. If you like what you're hearing, you like the show, give me a thumbs up or hit that like button. Now, I do want to forewarn you on this channel, we are looking at adding Rumble so that we will be broadcasting both on YouTube, on our Facebook page, as well as Rumble. We're hearing and seeing some of the new legislation that YouTube is putting in place that would prevent some of our content that goes out to you. Those of you that were enrolled here in 2020, probably the majority of my shows that year would have been outlawed under the new I didn't want to even say that. Under the new restrictions that YouTube is putting in place about COVID or other diseases and things like that. So we do have to find an alternative way to make sure we get our messaging to you, and that will probably be Rumble. So we would broadcast on both. I'm deaf, so your video needs to add closed captions. It's important because I don't want to miss something important. Thank you. If I'm not mistaken, Ms. Smith, you can hit the CC button at the end and it provides closed caption. That's what I've been told on there. So if you could see that, or if anybody does that, because we've had deaf families here before, and they say there's a CC button that provides for closed captioning. So I will also check into it on our end. But thank you and welcome to the show. I did meet you at the skate park, and it was great to see you and your daughter. So welcome to Grace Christian School. We are blessed that you are here. So we've talked about the weekly roundup. There's a news flash that goes home every month. It's a great recap. Gina Fortune, Mrs. Fortune, puts hours into that to make sure it looks great. It's always on the website. The news and notes, that goes out every single week. It talks about all the great things that are taking place. It's also on the website. It gets emailed to you. Our website is there, www.gcsrr.org. Please check that out anytime you need anything. Also, email. We've had some difficulty over the summer as we've transitioned with our new website that did our emailing and things like that. So we think we're almost done there. And then if you're in the lower grades, a lot of our lower grades use Class Dojo, and that is a way. Next, Spiritware. Oh, we just got another like. Thank you very much. We're getting a lot of likes here. And we're up to 69 people watching the show. That's great. Spiritware, that's like GCS. It has Robbie Roadrunner on there. The closed, oh here, Mrs. Mulaney says the closed caption button is located at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. There you go. So, Mrs. Mulaney, does it work if you hit the CC button? Does closed caption come on? If you could check that while you're watching the show. Thank you very much. Let's see here. So, we were talking about Spiritware. That's the Grace Christian School sweatshirts. It's the t-shirts. Kids wear those on field trips. The parents will say, wear your Grace clothes, and that's a one-time order. We only do that once a year. And get those turned in, and we get the orders back to you right away. Here is a pro tip. See this thing right here? It's a Sharpie. I can't tell you the amount of lost and found that we have every single year. I guarantee you, if you come on September 1st, you will find maybe 10 cups. You'll find 5 lunch pails, 3 t-shirts, maybe even a pair of shoes that our students leave behind every day. And take this Sharpie and go through, if it's a cup on the bottom, write your child's last name and their grade, like 3rd grade, K, PS for preschool, JH junior high. Please, if you do that, when our playground supervisors collect this stuff and put it into Lost and Found, they look at it. And if there's a name, they'll take it back to you. Especially when you get the Spiritware, write your child's last name on the label. And that way we can get it back to you. Use a Sharpie. They usually last well in the wash. But we want to make sure that we get as many clothes back to you as possible. I know that our homeless shelters greatly appreciate the amount of clothes that we donate. Every Christmas, we clean out Lost and Found, and we do it at Easter, and we do it at the end of the year. And I tell you, parents, we take bags of clothes. And last year, we had a couple parents who were diligent about laying out Lost and Found and making sure it got to the right homes, and we still donated a lot of Lost and Found. So don't forget to put names in. If your child takes medication, any kind of medication, they need a cough drop, they're on an inhaler, they have an EpiPen, anything like that needs to come to the office, and the appropriate paperwork needs to be completed with Ms. Wolfner. She will take care of that and have it. We cannot have medication in children's backpacks. And the reason for that, it says here, closed caption option will need to be activated in Dr. P's settings. We will look into that after the show. Thank you for bringing it to our attention. There we go. Mrs. Mulaney checked that, and we will look at that as soon as the show ends and make sure we get that taken care of. Thanks so much, Ms. Smith, for bringing that up. I'm sure there are other people that might run into the same situation. We're glad that we can do that. So please, if you see a suggestion like that, always, anyone, bring those up. We want to do as much as we can for all of our families. But medication must be turned into the office. It cannot be in your child's backpack. We run so many risks of dangers. Let's say it's something as simple as a cough drop, and your child has a cough drop. Let's just keep it there. When you need it, just take the cough drop. if that cough drop got into another child's hand and they were allergic to it, you could be liable if that child got sick. And we don't want that. We don't want our kids getting sick. We want to keep our kids healthy. We want to give them the medication that they need. So please bring it to the office, fill out the appropriate forms, and we will do that, but not in the backpacks. Security, we're big on security here at GCS. There's a lot of things. Those that are new and those that are returning know that we've got the rolling gates that are electronic. We've got cameras throughout the campus. We have 36 cameras. We have gates that automatically shut that have to, a code has to be entered. Preschool parents are given a code so they can pick up their kids at the half-day mark, but that code becomes disabled after a certain time frame, so they just can't come wandering on the campus. We're always working with Method Technology and a couple of our parents to continue to find ways to keep our network safe here at school. We have K9 Yorku, who comes around and visits the kids. Can you believe K9 Yorku is now in junior high? It seems like just yesterday he was a kindergartner, but we have K9 Yorku. Signing in and out is an important aspect of safety also. Do not tell your kids to run through a gate. We had that happen last year. We saw a child come running by out to the parking lot. We don't know what's taking place. Have they talked to someone on a phone or something like that? These are all important things that need to be taken care of. Lost a couple viewers. We're down to 55 right now. I know we're running very long. I'm at 31 minutes and I apologize, but there's just so much that needs to come out to you. But signing in and out, another important security thing is your children, if you choose to send your child with a cell phone, which I do not support, and each parent's different, that cell phone has to be turned off. If they have an Apple Watch, that communication has to be turned off. Students are here to learn. They're not here to receive texts. They're not receive emails, and you are not supposed to be taking phone calls them through the day. Mom, I forgot my homework on the table. Can you bring it to me? We're teaching responsibility. If there's something a teacher wants them to have brought to school, they're to come to the office and turn it in. What's kind of the dead giveaway is when mom and dad pop up here all of a sudden at 9:30. Oh, Joey needs this. Okay, and then, or Joey called me. How did Joey call you? They didn't come through the office or the classroom teacher. So please, cell phones have to be off. It's a big key part of our security for a number of reasons. It also protects them on campus from receiving texts back and forth. So if you're choosing to send your child with a cell phone, make sure it's turned off. Make sure that they're not getting notifications on their iPhone watches if they have those or anything like that. Parents, if you're in first grade through fifth grade, first through fifth, back to school night is September 7th. You take your device, pull out your calendar. September 7th is back to school night for first grade through fifth grade. Mrs. Brochet is there at Pacific Region School is starting on Wednesday instead of Monday, and also for the travel day off next Friday. Just curious because that is different from the past 3 years. Yes, it is. The reason for that is because of the amount of feedback that I received from parents saying, is there a way that we can ease into the school year? It seemed like such a shock that they're coming right into 5 days. And so I listen. If I get quite a few things, we look at it, we talk to the teachers. So yes, we started Wednesday, and there's one other school here in the city of Cypress that's doing that also. And we're starting Wednesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, then we have the travel day, because we have found before on that holiday, we have a lot of absenteeism before Labor Day. And so that's something that we've always done, providing the travel day. So if you go back through your calendars, you'll see we do provide travel days when there's a holiday on Monday. It cuts back. But that's the reason that we started on Wednesday. So it was funny because I had a parent at skate night talk to me about the same thing. She goes, well, this is really nice. It's kind of like we're ramping up into the school year, where the kids are getting 2 days, and they're getting 4 days, then they're coming into the 5 days. So that's the reason we did it. It was well thought out, and we're going to see how it goes. And the nice thing is about being able to listen to feedback and respond to things that we think might be helpful. So great question. Thank you so much for asking. The gift of life. Jesus died on a cross for each one of us so that we could have eternal life with him. When we die, that we can go to heaven. It's an amazing gift. We have an opportunity to give the gift of life here on on earth, and that is through donating blood. And every year we have a blood drive, and we go with the City of Hope, because City of Hope has such a courageous mission of helping cancer patients. And we know students, we know parents, we know loved ones every single year that have been stricken by cancer or blood diseases, and the City of Hope is always forefront in helping people. And so we've invited the City of Hope out here again. Last year we collected 50 pints of blood. 50 pints of blood. We're not going to raise the limit and say, let's go for 75. If we can hit 50 pints of blood again this year, that would be great. Mrs. Mullaney, many of you know Selena, she is overseeing the blood drive. You're going to get a flyer with a QR code if you can sign up. If you have questions, smulaney@gcsrr.org, or you can call her at 714-761-5200, and she can answer your questions. You know what? If you're part of a women's group at your church or anything, please take the flyers. We want everyone's blood. And the reason is it makes a huge difference. We've been doing this for the last, I'd say 4 years, we've done the blood drive, and we've had tremendous results. And the great thing is, if we fill up 50 slots, we get 50 people. Always up to trade some blood for some In-N-Out again. Justin, that's pretty funny. I don't know if the In-N-Out offer is there from the City of Hope this year, but that is always a great option. I'm always willing to give some blood, but yeah, when you get an In-N-Out burger or some Chick-fil-A thrown in there. Mrs. Mullaney, if you can check with City of Hope, are they offering any little extra incentives or tidbits for those that are giving blood? But yeah, we'd love to take your blood. Back to Mrs. Brachet's question. There is no school on September 1st or on September 4th. You have a 4-day holiday there that you can go out, enjoy yourself, be with your family, and just have a wonderful time. We've had up to, let's see here, I'm looking at the stats, we've had over 70 people at one time tuning in. We have 14 people that have given us likes, and we've had a ton of comments. This has been a wonderful weekly roundup. We're right at 38 minutes, I'm seeing. It was great to see so many of you at Skate Express, or Fountain Valley Skate Center, not Skate Express. So many of you there. I've seen a lot of you coming on campus, helping teachers as we're getting ready. And I look forward to seeing many of you on campus this year. PST is on fire. They're doing all kinds of things. Come see the Hall of Heroes. It's almost completely done with all the labeling. If you have a family member who's in law enforcement, is a firefighter, or currently or past in the military, send us a 5x7 photo of them, and identify who they are, who they're related to, and we'd love to put that up in our Hall of Heroes and recognize them. If they are deceased and died in the line of duty, that can be an 8x10 that we put up. So that's why there's a difference between 8x10s and 5x10. Here it is. Wait a minute. Mrs. Mullaney says a $10 In-N-Out gift card will be given out in exchange. In exchange for your blood, you get In-N-Out. So Justin, there you go. I didn't even know about that. That even one more reason to give blood. So that's kind of where we're at. Parents, let's see here. What are the office hours? This Friday we have a new sunshine starting this year and have to buy a roly-poly. I will let them answer that, what the office hours are going to be. And I do know that we've been talking to Mrs. P in preschool about potentially keeping some roly-polies on hand. So if the office was ever closed, like early in the morning or late in the afternoon, that you would be able to purchase that. But Bridget, that's a great question, and I'm sure the office ladies are looking that up, and they will have that posted here quickly. Justin says, I wasn't expecting it last time, but it was a nice surprise. Yes, now you can expect it, and it'll even be a nicer surprise. So when you leave here, you can go straight to the blood drive, or to the In-N-Out to get a wonderful double and fries and an iced tea. So anyway, parents, like I tell you every year, we truly believe this is our ministry. This is our church. This is our opportunity to reach out to all of you. Whether you go to church or whether you don't go to church, our goal is to get you on fire for Christ, to get you to have that personal relationship. We try that starting in preschool all the way through our junior high program. If you don't have a personal relationship, we want to lead you to that personal relationship. If you haven't been baptized, we provide baptism opportunities. And if you don't feel comfortable going to a big church, we want you to come to chapel. We want you to come to chapels on Thursday so you can hear the Word of God planted in your heart in all different ways. And hopefully at some point we can get you ready and introduce you to a lot of amazing churches in the neighborhood that we can move you off to. It says here, Miss Delaney says the office will be open tomorrow between the hours of 9 and 12. There you go. 9 and 12 tomorrow on Friday. But we just want each one of you to have that personal relationship with Jesus Christ, and we want to be able to help develop that. I want you to know that we have prayed for your students as they're getting ready to come to school. We've prayed for you as families. We've prayed for you over the summer. I hope you just kind of felt that. Our Moms in Prayer group has prayed for you. They've done tons of wonderful things for you, and we're going to continue to do that, and we're going to continue to up our game to try to provide opportunities for those of you that don't have a home church or don't go to church, to have opportunities to come to the school and experience what you're missing. I'm passionate about this, and I love sharing it with you. So if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Give me a call here at the school. I'd love to talk to you. But parents, we consider an honor and a privilege to partner with you in creating the leaders of tomorrow of this great country. I'll be back again next Wednesday for the weekly roundup, and it usually comes on anywhere between 9:15 and 9:45, depending on what's happening here on campus at that point. We've had a great number. We had 20 comments today, which is a great job. We've had some excellent questions from everyone, some of our returning families and some of our new families. And this is just a great opportunity for me to kind of like have a fireside chat with all of you. And you know what? You don't have to watch this on YouTube. And when we get to Rumble, you don't have to watch it on Rumble. You can turn it on play, throw it on your seat, and drive wherever you're going. And I can take you through traffic. So anyway, parents, we love you, and we cannot wait to see many of you tomorrow at at First Look for junior high, at orientation for TK and kindergarten, and also I believe there's orientation for preschool later on Friday. Amber, we didn't forget you. Let's see here. Amber says, we are excited to join the GCS family. Thank you, Dr. Pete. We are so blessed that you are with us, Amber, and your entire family. We praying for your new family, that this is just the school that God wants you to have, and that you feel the presence of God here. But look forward to meeting you in person, and hope all of you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. If you're not coming here for First Look or TK kindergarten orientation or preschool, stay safe and pray for us as we continue to get ready for Wednesday. Enjoy those last few days, and I look forward to seeing all of you on the playground having a donut on Wednesday, August 30th. Until next time, may God bless the trails you ride. Bye, everyone.
Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around.